In this video, everyone, we compare the top 20 campervan and motorhome manufacturers' warranties. Hello again, everyone. It's another informative video, and I enjoy doing these. I enjoy doing all the videos, but I certainly enjoy doing the informative ones. Before I carry on with the video, everyone, I'd just like to say a huge, sincere thank you to all of our lovely subscribers. If I could just take a moment of your time to mention something about subscribing in general. YouTube calls subscribers, but that word subscribe, well, it kind of suggests that you're going to be paying money. Well, of course, you couldn't be further from the truth. You don't pay to watch a YouTube channel. Basically, YouTube creators get paid by something called ad revenue, which is simply a case of if an ad shows on a video, we get a fraction of a penny for that ad. That's as simple as that. But more importantly, as a viewer, you don't pay a penny to be subscribed to a channel. Now, I would prefer YouTube to say, to call subscribers followers like they do on Facebook, but unfortunately, of course, they do not. Now, why is it important? Well, the typical YouTube channel, between 10 and 20% of the viewers of that channel will be subscribed, which basically means that 80 to 90% are not subscribed. Now, of course, that's absolutely fine, and some people will just dip in and out of the channel and maybe only watch one video that's relevant to them. We get that, and that's absolutely fine. We hope we've helped them out. But for viewers of our channel that watch maybe a few more at least, we would certainly ask you to consider, if you've not done so already, hitting that subscribe button. You can either scan the QR code that's magically appeared above my head there now, or look for a link at the end of the video, or just look at our homepage on YouTube and click subscribe there. But either way you do it, we'll be very, very grateful for you to do that, because at the end of the day, every subscriber is very important to us, and every subscriber really does help build the channel. Whilst we keep repeating that it's no cost to you, we do appreciate the fact that you're showing your support by hitting that button. Let's see if we can get that 20% of our viewers that are currently subscribed up to 25 or even 30%. How about that? There's a challenge. Now, 5 or 10% more may not sound a lot, but I can assure you now, in the world of YouTube, if we can get 30% of our viewers subscribed, it would make an absolutely massive difference to our channel. It really will support it, and it will certainly help us continue to make more videos in the future. Thanks for listening. Let's crack on with the spreadsheet. Now, if you're new to the channel, you may not be aware of how we do some of these informative videos. This informative video is being sort of, well, I'm reading from not a script per se, but from an Excel spreadsheet. It's an Excel spreadsheet that I've spent some, hopefully, quality time in preparing and getting correct for you all, everyone. Now, the spreadsheet is available to you by just clicking on one of the two links that are in the description below. There'll be a link for Apple users, and there'll be a link for Google and Windows users. So basically, whichever device you're using, you should be able to open the spreadsheet. Now, there is no cost to opening that spreadsheet. You can save it. You can do what you want with the spreadsheet. It's just there to hopefully give you some more information that you might want to be able to read at your leisure, without staring at the Brummy on your TV screen or your phone or your iPad or however you're watching me now. Let's crack on. So, I've picked 20 sort of campervan motorhome manufacturers. How have I arrived at those 20? Well, I've taken it from a website, a link is on the spreadsheet, called Practical Motorhomes. And these were the top 20 motorhome manufacturers as mentioned on that website. So I thought that would be as good a place as any to crack on. Now, along the top of the spreadsheet, you will see that they're in alphabetical order. And you'll see that I've hopefully put some of the at least common or more important questions I would have, and hopefully you would have, when investigating how good a warranty is on a particular motorhome. Now, it's quite a beefy video, this one. There will be an index available underneath in the description below, so you can look and maybe decide you only want to see one particular manufacturer or a couple of manufacturers. The index will allow you to fast forward this and only go to the sections that you want. But if you can stay with us, we will rattle through these as quick as we possibly can. And as I've already said, you are welcome to download the spreadsheet at your leisure. So the manufacturers, as I say, are across the top in alphabetical order. And then on the left-hand side, we've got what's the term of warranty, because, of course, we want to know how long that warranty lasts. How many dealers have they got? Because, well, you may decide you want more dealers because of having more support, although that comes with a huge caveat, which I'll discuss more in a few moments. Habitation checks, are they needed? Well, of course, basically they are, but is there any specific requirements for that habitation check? What's the HC time frame? Well, HC time frame is just a habitation check time frame. This is important because, as I'm sure most of you, in fact, I'm sure all of you will appreciate, when it comes to warranties and insurance policies in general, well, we just all know that they like to get out of jail if possible and not actually pay up on anything, don't they? They're crafty so-and-sos. So the time frame is a very relevant point to have on this video, everyone. Will you get a replacement vehicle should yours be off the road? Are there any key exclusions that you should be aware of? Is the warranty transferable? Maybe you're the first owner, you're lucky enough to buy it new like we bought our roller team new, but can I transfer that warranty to the next owner? Because of course that's a helpful selling point and you would hope would increase the value of the van depending on how old it is. What's the base warranty for the vehicle, which as you'll see is very easy to discuss, and the breakdown cover that's given with your vehicle. Now of course for those two we're talking about when the vehicle was new. So let's crack on. I will obviously do each manufacturer separately, as we've said, and that's why you'll be able to click on the index below if you don't want to listen to this Brummy through the whole video. We'll start with Adria. Now, whilst I say Brummy, I'm going to also excuse the fact that I might pronounce a couple of these wrong, but I'm going to just blame it on the fact that I'm a Brummy. But you'll understand what they are, and you're seeing it on screen anyway. So for Adria, they're part of the Trigano group, which is why there's a little insect comment hiding in that box there on the spreadsheet. Their term of warranty is 2 years for the habitation and 10 years water ingress. Now again, if I click in that box, I get a summary of what that means. And as you'll see, it says from water ingress, it's water leaking with severe consequences regarding the lifespan and usage of the Adria motorhome van or caravan, which is caused exclusively in the living room part. There sounds like some catches there already to me, everyone. I don't know what you think. And then it just goes on to say more and more in there. I'll let you peruse that on the spreadsheet at your leisure, or I'll keep it on screen briefly for you now. How many dealers do Adria have? Now, of course, we'll talk about in the UK now, just to be specific, everyone. Habitation checks. Yes, of course, they're needed. They should be done either at an Adria dealer, which makes sense, of course, and I can see why they'd want you to do that because it's more revenue for them, or you can use an AWS approved. You'll see also in there that it says that it has to be within 3 months of the original date of purchase. Now, you'll see that mentioned again in a second, and we'll discuss a little more about that. When we talk about the habitation check time frame, as it said above, for Adria, it's saying 3 months of the original date of purchase. What it didn't make clear is it plus or minus 3 months? And what I mean by that, of course, is can it be within 3 months one side, or can it be 3 months later? In other words, the anniversary date that you had the van, is it 3 months before and after? And it doesn't make that clear. I would suggest it needs to be the 3 months up to that date. You'll see why that varies so much with different manufacturers. Is a replacement vehicle available during repairs? No. Are there any exclusions? Well, there's always exclusions to warranties, isn't there, everyone? So it says the warranty also does not refer to parts or elements which deteriorate due to carelessness or improper handling, poor maintenance, overloading, or inattentiveness. You're all attentive on this video, aren't you, everyone? I'm sure. There is a key point on here that I draw your attention to, and that is the purchaser has to report all discovered defects immediately and exclusively to an authorised Adria representative. Now, they don't actually state how immediate that is, but there you go. Just something to be aware of. Is it transferable? Well, we couldn't get the answer for that whilst making this video, everyone, so we've just had to put check with dealer. Now, you'll see there's a useful link at the bottom of the spreadsheet, or near the bottom of the spreadsheet. That, of course, is relevant to the manufacturer that we're talking about. So if you click on the link there, you'll see where I've got the information from. Let's move on to auto sleepers. Auto sleepers give you a 3-year warranty, which is habitation, and a further 3 years for water ingress. They have 32 dealers currently at the time of filming this video in the UK. Yes, you need habitation checks. Again, see comment. The comment says, the services must, as a minimum, satisfy the requirements of the motorhome habitation service schedule and water ingress survey as periodically published by the National Caravan Council. So I think it's safe to assume you can use an AWS approved habitation check. The HC time frame for auto sleepers is 60 days, but specific terms apply. So if you look at the comment, it says service windows, periods before and after the anniversary of the warranty start date during which service must be completed. First combined habitation service and water ingress survey from 60 days before to 60 days after. So you see why that's important to know whether it has to be before the anniversary date or you're allowed a leeway either side. There are some other variants in that one. I would certainly encourage you to download the spreadsheet and have a deeper look into the comments on that one. Is there a replacement vehicle during repairs? No. Are there any exclusions? Yes. And there's a very important one. And this is why. Do you know, all campervans and motorhomes are expensive, whether they're brand new or they're new to you. I'm sure you will agree with me on that one, everyone. But if you take a brand new one in particular, maybe the one I'm sitting in now, we paid, it was about £58,000 for this van. The current new one now, albeit it's got extra equipment, but because of obviously how the world's gone mad and the base vehicle prices from Fiat and Ford have gone up, so Roller Team are obviously having to pay more for the vehicles themselves. I think they're more like £65,000, £66,000. What I'm saying is, whatever van that you have, campervan or motorhome, you've paid a lot of money. And I'm sure many of you, because you're paying that money, do actually look at the small print, but unfortunately, not everybody does. And I confess that I didn't look at every wording in the small print at Roller Team either. We hope and assume that we're not going to need to test that warranty. You know, that warranty where on this van, if I use as an example, it said at the time, big stickers down the side of the van at the NEC show saying 10-year warranty. Even though that 10-year warranty is no longer applicable on the current ones, I believe. But even on this one, well, it was a decreasing warranty, and after year 5, you are having to pay an increase in percentage towards the cost of repairs. They somehow neglected to mention that on that big sticker on the side of the van. I can't possibly think why. But anyway, there is an important one with auto sleepers, and that is the water ingress warranty. Now, I'm going to say to you now on camera, everyone, the most important part of the warranty, in my opinion, hope you agree, will not transfer to the second owner. Come on, auto sleepers, what are you doing? That's just not good enough. I'm sorry. Is it transferable? So as we've just said, the warranty is, but not for water ingress. So you've just got that 3 years habitation that you can transfer. Well, of course, many people will have kept the van for 3 years, but may have sold it within 6. You see where I'm going with that one. Let's move to Auto Trail now. As you'll see, they are again part of the Trigano group, that big umbrella company that has many of those names that you'll recognise that make campervans and motorhomes sitting underneath it. They have a 5-year warranty. If you look in the comment on there, it says adjustments, door locks, handles, defects for 9 months from the date of first registration. Oh, that's not 5 years then, is it? The GRP glass reinforced plastic defects for 1 year. That's still not 5 years, is it? But then in years 3, 4 and 5 following the date of first registration will only cover, they actually use the word only, will only cover defects with the following components, which includes electrical system, water system, cooker, refrigerator as in the gas igniter, flame failure, etc., cassette toilet but excluding seals and glands, and the heating system including thermostat, motor switches, etc, etc. How many dealers do Auto Trail have? They have 63. Who to use for habitation checks? Again, it's Auto Trail or AWS approved. What's the habitation check time frame? Well, you've got 30 days plus or minus, so obviously before or after the anniversary, although it does say on the 5th annual service it must be carried out before the expiry of the 60-month period. Replacement vehicle, no. Exclusions, again, there's always exclusions, isn't there? Only applies to motorhomes purchased within the UK and used primarily within the UK. This means that the motorhome must not be used for continuous journeys outside the UK for longer than 90 days. Now, this is something that I know have caught out some people, particularly as there seems to be a growing band of motorhome owners that are selling up their house and basically permanently living inside their motorhome. I understand why. Well, the warranty specifically says that your motorhome should only be used for recreational purposes and must not be the permanent residence for any person, including you or any member of your family. It also cannot be used for hire or reward, which of course, well, that refers to this video. If you've not checked out that video about the risks, or should I say the complications, and hopefully some useful information on if you're considering hiring out your own pride and joy, we wouldn't, please go and check that video out. So you need to be aware of those exclusions. Is the warranty transferable? Yes. Moving swiftly on to Bailey, we have a 6-year body shell integrity warranty. It says there that this cover extends to any structural degradation to the body shell that arises as a result of water ingress due to permanently sealed seams or joints, with the exception of exclusions stated in the terms and conditions. Always got to read more, haven't you? An additional 4 years extension to the standard body shell integrity warranty cover, making 10 years because they've done the maths for you, everyone. 6 plus 4 is 10, is available as a cost option, but I have not got that price with me at this moment. I do apologise, everyone. How many dealers do I have? 117. Who does the habitation checks, or who should do the habitation checks? Bailey or AWS approved again, which is really good. I do like to have that flexibility. The HC time frame, so that's the habitation check time frame. It says the final annual habitation service in any warranty period must be carried out before the end of the warranty period. Well, I guess that makes sense. Otherwise, it just says 6 weeks. I'm assuming that's 6 weeks before the anniversary. It didn't specify 6 weeks before or after. Is there a replacement vehicle available if yours is in repair? No. Are there exclusions? Of course there are. Structural degradation or other damage caused by water ingress through non-permanently sealed seams or joints, such as without limitation around windows, hatches, doors and roof lights, beyond the initial 24 months manufacturer's warranty. Oh dear. You can see some get-out clauses there, can't you? Is it transferable? It is, but as you'll see, it says maybe, and that's because if you read the comment, it states, and I quoted, the unexpired term of the warranty cover on your vehicle may only be assigned, transferred, or novated to subsequent owners with Bailey's consent, not to be unreasonably withheld, and on payment to Bailey of a transfer fee of £35. I guess I'd call that an admin fee, but I'd just call that corporate greed. Let's move on. What we got next? Benimar. Now, Benimar is part of the Trigano Group again. Big umbrella company, isn't it? Trigano Group. They do 2 years habitation and a further 3 years water ingress. Isn't it interesting that although they're under the same umbrella company, they don't give the same warranties? But anyway, moving swiftly on. How many dealers do Benimar have? They have 14. Who do you use for habitation checks, or who do they need you to use for habitation checks? Yes, you can use them or an AWS approved. What's the time frame? 2 months. Now, this one again didn't say plus or minus, so we'll have to assume it's 2 months up to the anniversary date. That may be different. It may be 2 months. Either way, everyone, we would always say to you, if you're seriously going to put your hard-earned down on that table and sign on the dotted line, you really need to satisfy yourself by asking the question with the dealer. Although, between you and I don't trust dealers. So, at the end of the day, I'd have to have it in writing rather than just a conversation, because at the end of the day, well, you just can't prove that conversation happened, could you? Unless they're happy enough for you to record it whilst you're talking, of course. Is there a replacement vehicle? No. Are there exclusions? Yes, of course. Benimar shall not be liable under the body shell or motorhome guarantee for any defect related to or arising from the following: failure of component for reasons of fair wear and tear. That makes sense, to be fair. Replacement of parts which have reached their end of their effective working life. Know the feeling. The elements not made by the manufacturer. Okay. It is specified that all elements that wear out quickly, such as seals, pipes, brake accessories, tyres, air chambers, etc., that are not guaranteed by their respective manufacturer will be excluded from the guarantee provided by Benimar. Thank you for taking my cash, Benimar. Is it transferable? Yes, again, you'll see it is, but in the comment it says, in the case of a resale, the guarantee will continue on condition that the new owner notifies us of his or her details by post, and the address is in there, so at least they're not charging you an admin fee for that one. Let's move on to Burstner. Now, Burstner have a 10-year warranty, and they just state, We believe in our models to such an extent that we provide a 10-year water ingress warranty. I'm always a big believer of not what the text says or the details say, but actually what they don't say. So it says 10-year water ingress warranty, but it doesn't actually say from just a general habitation point of view. I would suggest, therefore, that there are many parts of the habitation area that aren't covered for 10 years. But anyway, for all models from model year 2019 onwards, please contact your approved Burstner service partner or dealer directly. How many dealers do they have? 17. Who does the habitation checks? Well, we couldn't get that information, so please check with dealer. What's the habitation check time frame? We've got 1 month there, but it's not been specified whether that's 1 month before or after the anniversary date of the vehicle. Is there a replacement vehicle available during repair? Now this one says yes, but I would suggest check with the dealer. There are plenty of exclusions on that one listed, and I'll just leave them on screen for you just for a moment, everyone. Is the warranty transferable? We've got there check with dealer, which basically means the information wasn't available. Now I'll just repeat in case you've not watched the whole video thus far, everyone, that a link to where I've got the information from is on row 13 of the spreadsheet. Please, we would encourage you to click on it and have a look for yourself. Next is Carthago. Now I'll probably pronounce that wrong, but you know, I'm from Birmingham, hey ho. They offer what they call a 10 years cabin leak warranty. Now, we couldn't find an official warranty document at the time of filming, so we put a link that's taken from an owner's forum. So I would obviously encourage you to go and get the information for yourselves on that one. But what we can say is they have 9 dealers. You need to check with those dealers as far as who should do the habitation check, what the time frame is, whether there's a replacement vehicle, what exclusions, and is it transferable, because we just weren't able to get that information. Moving on to Chausson. That's just so going to be pronounced wrong, isn't it? That again is part of the Trigano group, a big umbrella company again. They do 2 years of habitation warranty, 7 years for water ingress. They have 15 dealers. Habitation checks, it just says Chausson overcabs and low profilers. Now, if you wonder what an overcab and low profiler is, or if you don't know what an overcab or low profiler is, our roller team is a low profiler, which basically means, well, the roof line at the front is low because there's no bed tucked up in there. Whereas, of course, an overcab usually has the hump at the front. That hump, of course, is because there is a bed underneath it. Chausson overcabs and low profiles are built to last, and they're confident. Look, their water ingress is guaranteed for 7 years with a yearly checkup by a certified member of the Chausson network. So they don't make it clear that AWS can be used. So you really do need to check with the dealer. And unfortunately, you need to check with the dealer for habitation check time frame, whether you can have a replacement vehicle during repair, what the exclusions are, and is it transferable. So for Chausson, unfortunately, we were not able to get that much information for this video. Another one to pronounce incorrectly is Dethleffs. They do a 2-year habitation, 6 years for water ingress, but they say don't worry. The 6 years Dethleffs water ingress warranty for vehicle conversions will increase the resale value of your vehicle and give you a comforting security, if you say so. They have 14 dealers. Habitation checks are needed, but you need to check with the dealer. Again, we've got limited information for Dethleffs. The habitation check time frame, you need to check with dealer. Repairs to vehicle, do you get a replacement? Again, check with dealer. Exclusions. The only one that we've been able to find is the owner must report defects to the seller, as in the dealer, of course, in writing within 15 days. Is it transferable? It's just, again, unfortunately, check with dealer. The next one is Elddis Hymer UK. Everyone, they state there's a 10-year body and water ingress warranty, and they go on to say, really boldly, we are confident that all of our new caravans, motorhomes and campervans are engineered using the latest manufacturing techniques and advanced materials technology, ensuring that when buying one of our products, you are buying the very best. We extend this philosophy to all our customers by offering long-term peace of mind and reassurance for our extensive warranty cover. Now, you know, In the event that you bought an Elddis brackets Irwin Hymer UK campervan motorhome and you need to make a warranty claim, and for whatever reason they're not wanting to oblige, I think I'd have to read that section verbatim. What do you reckon, everyone? How many dealers does Elddis brackets Irwin Hymer UK brackets have? They have 85. Habitation checks? Yes, but they just mention an approved retailer. I'd go and check with the dealer. What's the habitation check time frame? They say 60 days, but there are specific terms that apply. If we have a look deeper at that in the comments, we see it says in years 1, 2 and 4 through to 9, the service must be completed no more than 60 days either side of the anniversary. However, just to complicate things a little, in years 3 and 10, the service must be completed no more than 60 days before the anniversary date. Now, you can just see, can't you, how manufacturers, they just like to trip you up. Let's be honest, everyone, what do you reckon? They like to trip you up and they hope that they don't have to pay for those repairs. The fact that you pay 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,000 pounds or more for that vehicle makes no difference whatsoever. I feel better now I've said that. Do you get a replacement vehicle if yours is in for repair? You've got to check with dealer. Exclusions, it says see comments. Warranty cover is not given for caravans and motorhomes if they have been used under any of the following circumstances. Again, it says used for hire, used as a permanent residence. So that does come up a few times, and you just need to be aware of that, everyone, if you're intending to use your van as a permanent residence. Is it transferable? If you purchase this vehicle as a used vehicle, it may be possible to transfer the unexpired term of the warranty cover up to a maximum of 6 years. I thought it was 10 years, but there you go. Up to a maximum of 6 years from the original date of purchase from new. So you're already degrading that warranty, aren't you, everyone, for the second owner? I think what we get here, or I get the gist of, is you can have your 10-year warranty from Elddis brackets Irwin Hymer UK brackets, but only if you're the first owner. The second owner, I would suggest it says, or it looks like you only get 6 years warranty, and even then you've got to do that by making an administration fee, or a corporate greed fee, as we like to say on this channel, of £60. Next one, Frankia. Again, if it's pronounced wrong, I'm from Birmingham. Now, they're part of the group Pilote, a group of companies. Now, I'll probably pronounced Pilote wrong, but don't worry, you'll hear me say it again, because we'll review them later on in the video. They have a 7-year water ingress warranty, provided that the motorhome is inspected once a year at an authorised Frankia partner or at our factory. The first inspection must be done 12 to 14 months after the vehicle is first registered. Now, the number of dealers is blank, and I'll leave this bit in the video if it's correct. If I've made a mistake on the spreadsheet, well, I'll just pretend it never happened. I couldn't find the number of dealers for Frankia. Are habitation checks needed? Of course they are, but you need to check with dealer. And again, unfortunately, we've got very little information from Frankia available, so we've had to leave it as a check with dealer for the habitation check time frame, whether you can have a replacement vehicle, are there any exclusions, or is the warranty transferable? Do apologise, everyone. Next one is Hobby. They have 2 years habitation warranty, 5 years for water ingress. They have 28 dealers. Habitation checks are needed, but please check with the dealer as to who can do them. The habitation check time frame is 30 days, but it doesn't say whether it's before and or after. Replacement vehicle and exclusions, unfortunately, you're going to need to check with dealer because couldn't get that information. Is it transferable? Yes, but we need to see the comments. And the comment simply says yes, providing the service history is available upon request, which I think, to be fair to Hobby, that's very reasonable. The next one is Hymer. Now, Hymer is part of the Irwin Hymer group of companies, of course. For Hymer, you get a 3-year habitation stroke 10-year water ingress warranty. But again, there's a caveat to that, as we'll see. As a first owner, a customer would receive 10 years water ingress warranty and 3 years manufacturing warranty. But a second or subsequent owner would receive up to 3 years manufacturing warranty. Well, that part's fine. I understand that one, because that was that anyway. It was already 3 years from the date the vehicle was first registered, and up to 6 years water ingress. So again, we seem to have lost 4 years here for that second and subsequent owners, haven't we? I just think that's poor, everyone. Let's just state something really obvious as the plane flies overhead. The van doesn't know it's under a different owner, does it? So the van's performance shouldn't really be adversely affected by that different owner, should it? I genuinely think that what Hymer have done there, and it's all part of that biscuit eating, coffee drinking meeting that they will have held in their boardroom somewhere, is they'll doubtless have done some analysis of how many years a typical buyer of a Hymer vehicle keeps their van. And they've decided that by putting that clause in, this is just my opinion, but I think many of you will agree with this opinion, everyone. I just think that they've looked at it and gone, well, if we put that exclusion in, then that exclusion will exclude a lot of people and thus save them money. Helps buy them more coffee and biscuits for their meetings, doesn't it? How many dealers do they have? 13. Habitation checks? Yes, but you need to check with the dealer. Habitation check time frame is 60 days, but again, it doesn't say plus or minus. Is there a replacement vehicle available? You need to check with the dealer, unfortunately. Are there any exclusions? I've had to say check with the dealer, unfortunately, again, due to lack of information. At the end of the day, we wanted to capture the top 20 campervan and motorhome manufacturers, everyone, as mentioned in the Practical Motorhomes link on this spreadsheet, but unfortunately not all of them we could get the information for, but we do genuinely, sincerely believe the video is still therefore very much worthwhile. So exclusions, check with dealer. Is it transferable? Yes, see comment. A second or subsequent owner, as we've already said, enjoys a reduced level of warranty. Enjoyed being sarcastic, of course. The next one, everyone, is Knaus. Now, I'm assuming it's got a silent K. If it's got a loud K, I'm going to call it Knaus. But anyway, Knaus, or Knaus, is part of the Hymer group companies. Now, you'll see that there's a yellow box there, and that yellow box is simply an indication to me to remember to say to yourselves that we tried to contact Knaus, and we gave them around 2 weeks to be able to respond. Now, where I couldn't get the information direct from an online source, and preferably the manufacturer's website, I emailed quite a few of the manufacturers. Where I've emailed them, it's mentioned on row 13 in the useful link section. Most of those manufacturers were good enough to reply to me. Now, just to be specific, everyone, I didn't put in the list of questions that I was filming a video and I want to see whether your warranty is not as good as somebody else's. I basically assumed the position that I was a prospective customer, and therefore I was intending on spending a lot of money with them. But before I do that, I would like some key information. So I find it very disappointing that Knaus, or Knaus, didn't respond to my questions. Now, you can read into that as you will, but for me, well, I just wouldn't ever be spending a penny with that company. However, because of that, of course, there is not a lot else I can give you on this particular manufacturer. The dealer locator on the website, at the time of filming at least, was not working. So that in itself wasn't very helpful. And of course, for habitation checks, habitation check time frame, whether you can have a replacement vehicle if yours is off the road, exclusions, and whether the warranty is transferable, well, we've just not been able to answer that at all. Now, if Knaus or Knaus decide to finally reply to my email, then I'll put it as a pinned comment underneath this video, everyone. So please go and check the comment section out just in case they finally bothered to contact me. The next one is Laika. Laika offer a 2-year habitation warranty with 10 years water ingress. At the time of filming, it looks like they've got 6 dealers. Yes, you obviously need habitation checks, and what it simply says is the warranty is valid on the condition that the vehicle is subjected to all the necessary checks at the selling dealership or an authorised Laika workshop annually. So from an AWS point of view, you really do need to check for yourselves whether you would be able to use AWS instead. The habitation check time frame is 30 days. For replacement vehicle, check with dealer. Exclusions, unfortunately, again, check with dealer. And then, is the warranty transferable? Yes, it is. They say the warranty follows the vehicle and not the customer. So again, no admin fees on that one. Very good. Well done, Laika, on that one. Mobilvetta. Again, pronouncing correctly. You tell me in the comments, everyone. They give a 2 years habitation, 10 years water ingress. They have 13 dealers. Yes, it needs a habitation check, but it just simply says by an authorised dealer. So again, you really need to check with them if you can use AWS instead, should you wish to use AWS. For the habitation check time frame, no information was available at the time of filming, everyone, and neither was it for if you were able to get a replacement vehicle while yours is in for repair. Exclusions, it says see comments. It says, and I quote, in the case of confirmed, and this is just one of the points that I think is worthy of mention, please download the spreadsheet to have a look at the whole lot yourself, but in case of any confirmed damage not notified within 30 days of the date of occurrence to a Mobilvetta authorised dealer or a SEA service authorised workshop, or SEA, or if non-genuine spare parts, unsuitable materials were used. So in other words, because that was a mouthful, you need to notify them within 30 days. Is it transferable? Yes, the warranty is transferable. See comment. The warranty ceases to be effective in the case of change of ownership if the new owner did not notify the authorised dealer within 10 days for the new ownership to be registered on the C service portal. Doesn't that sound fancy? So again, I just think the 10 days is I just think it's mean. Can't think of another word to use, to be quite honest with you. I understand if a company wants to know who the new owner is. I get that, even though you do wonder whether some of them want that just for future marketing purposes. But 10 days, I just think that's a bit too lean. I think that's just a bit too mean. The next one is Pilote. They're part of Group Pilote, or Pilote. Who would have thought it? Theirs is a 2-year warranty with 5-year anti-leak warranty. They have 15 dealers. Habitation checks, of course, are needed, but unfortunately you'll need to check with the dealer on that one rather than just automatically assuming you can use AWS. Habitation check time frame is 30 days. Replacement vehicle, if yours is in for repair, we've got check with dealer. Exclusions, I've had to put check with dealer because the information wasn't available. Is it transferable? Yes, it is. The warranty follows the vehicle and not the customer. We've had that on one of the others, haven't we? Which must have been a Group Pilote one. What do you reckon? The next one is Rapido, everyone. Now, if you've jumped to this section and maybe you've missed the one where I've talked about Knaus or Knaus, the reason why the term warranty box is coloured yellow is because we gave Rapido just under 2 weeks to come back to a list of questions that would have helped in the making of this video. But we didn't write those questions in the vein of someone that was just trying to compare them with other manufacturers' warranties just to see who was better and who was not. I did it in the frame of me being a potential customer and therefore spending a lot of hard-earned money. So it's very disappointing that Rapido have not come back to me. Now, if Rapido want to say, that's what's the common thing that manufacturers and call centres seem to say nowadays? We're experiencing an unusually high level of inquiries. Well, I just roughly translate that to, no, you're experiencing a low level of staffage. And let's be honest, probably not due to COVID anymore, just because you don't employ enough staff. If you employ the right level of staff, the customers get the right level of customer service. What do you reckon? If you agree with that sentiment, leave me that feedback in the comments below, everyone. So Rapido have 7 dealers. Habitation checks are needed, but as we've already said, can't give you any more information on Rapido, full stop. There isn't even a link in row 13 because, well, they've just given me nothing to go on. I cannot answer what the time frame is for habitation checks, whether you get a replacement vehicle if yours is in repair, what the exclusions are, and what's transferable, because neither the website or an email inquiry was forthcoming. There's just 2 left, everyone. The next one is Roller Team. Now, Roller Team, again, is part of that big umbrella group of companies, the Trigano group of companies. And this, of course, the van we're sitting in is a Roller Team. Now, when we purchased this van, as I said earlier on in this very same video, We purchased it from the NEC and it had a 10-year warranty, and it was emblazoned on a large sticker at the side. Maybe you went to that show in 2020, in which case you may have seen it yourself. Well, that 10-year warranty wasn't really, well, I wouldn't call it a 10-year warranty. But anyway, it's 10 years, but after year 5, as the owner, if we needed to make a claim on it, a successful claim I add, because of course they may decline it for whatever reason. That's just a whole different video altogether. From year 6 to 10, there was an increasing percentage of which I would have to pay towards the cost of that repair. Well, I'm sorry, Roller Team, but in my opinion, that's not a 10-year warranty. That's a 5-year warranty with some fringe benefits for the next 5 years after that. Well, at the time of filming, they offer a 5-year warranty, and that warranty says during the first 24 months, it will cover any defects other than those referred to in the exclusion section. Well, more about that in a bit. Years 3, 4 and 5, the Roller Team conversion warranty will only cover, I hate that word only, but anyway, electrical system, water system, as in sort of water heater, etc. Cooker, as in the cooker unit, etc. The refrigerator, but that's to do with things like gas igniter, flame failure, etc. The cassette toilet, but again not including seals and glands, much the same as another Trigano Group company's warranty stated. The heating system, so thermostat, motor switches, etc. And then we've got conditions. For warranty claims made in years 3, 4 and 5, there is a £100 excess per claim. Now again, maybe you've just recently walked into a dealership that sells Roller Teams. Maybe you've asked about the warranty. I'm willing to bet most of what dignity I've ever had in my life, whatever that might be, that dealer that you're talking to or have spoken to never mentioned that there's a £100 excess payable from years 3, 4 and 5. Just my view. All warranty work must be carried out with only prior approval. That makes sense, but you can see why they put that caveat in, because they're probably hoping they're going to be able to say no. How many dealers do Roller Team have? They state 22. Are habitation checks needed? Yes, and I feel that I'm even more qualified to answer that one, I guess, as we have a Roller Team one ourselves. So for Roller Team, it's either a Roller Team dealer or an AW approved engineer. Now we'll discuss a bit more about AWS at the end of the video. The time frame for habitation checks is 30 days. Replacement vehicle, if yours is in for repair, no. Are there exclusions? Yes, there are. And one of the most important ones, again, that's mentioned in the exclusions that may catch some people out watching this video, everyone, is that you cannot use the vehicle as a permanent place of residence. Something to be aware of. Is it transferable? Yes, but it says see comments. So it says in the comments, if you sell your motorhome, the Roller Team warranties may be transferred to a new owner. I hate that phrase, maybe. Provided reasonable proof, details of the change of ownership even, such as a copy of the motorhome's V5 with new owner's details is supplied to Roller Team at the time of a claim. I guess what I would say to that is at least they're saying at the time of a claim rather than you having to tell them before the fact. And the last manufacturer in this video, everyone, is Swift. If you're interested in a manufacturer and the first letter of the manufacturer's name is T or onwards, then we've missed out. The last manufacturer for today's video, everyone, is Swift. They have a 3-year habitation warranty with up to 10 years in brackets, it says there. So if we read there, it basically says body shell warranty, 6 years from date of purchase. Extended body shell warranty for the first owner takes you to 10 years. So again, it's a classic case of first owner gets up to 10 years, second owner, well, it's tough. You only get up to 6. How many dealers does Swift have? 160. Are habitation checks needed? If so, who does them? Well, yes, of course they are. Swift or AWS approved is fine. Habitation check time frame is 90 days before or 60 days after. Slightly unusual, but at least they're giving you a decent leeway both ways, everyone. Is a replacement vehicle available when yours is in repair? No. Are there any exclusions? You're damn right there are, because it's a warranty, so there's always a get out of jail card requirement. They say Swift shall not be liable under the Super Sure body shell and extended body shell warranties for any defect related to or arising from the failure of components for reasons of fair wear and tear. damage resulting from freezing, fire, I can kind of understand the fire particularly, heating or accidents, whether caused by the user or a third party, misuse of any components, etc, etc. You'll leave some on screen for you now. Is it transferable? Again, it says yes, see comment. Change of ownership, you can transfer the remainder of any 3-year Super Sure warranty and the 6-year body shell warranty. Details of how to do this can be found at the rear of the handbook. The extended 10-year body shell warranty, however, is not transferable.
Just a little extra note, everyone. When we're talking about warranties, motorhome warranties, unfortunately, they're not the same as what you would expect with, say, a car. So to give you an example, if you owned a Ford Focus and you needed to have some warranty work done, you know that you'd be able to take that Ford Focus to any garage in the UK and that garage would honour the work. However, with motorhomes, and this is really shocking when you consider the amount of money that we spend on motorhomes, it's not the same. Now, there are a small number of dealers that will do warranty work for vans that they haven't sold themselves, but in general, many dealers will refuse to do the work unless you actually purchase the motorhome from them. Now, this is an argument to do with the labour rates that the motorhome manufacturers actually give to the garages when they do the warranty work. It's something that you really do need to consider when you're purchasing your motorhome. I guess the best advice is do your reviews of the dealers. Try and hopefully pick one that gives you a good deal that's most local to you, because at the end of the day, if you do need to have warranty work done, and let's be honest, they're complicated vehicles, so normally there's something that needs to be done at some point in the life of a motorhome. You really want that dealer to be local and you want that dealer to be helpful. It's just something you need to be aware of.
That was a long one, wasn't it, everyone? That's why there was an index at the bottom if you didn't want to listen to me for the whole time. So, was that informative? Was it helpful? Has it given you has it formulated any opinions of particular manufacturers you might be now more interested in based on what we discussed, and maybe some that you're less interested in? Let me know in the comments below, everyone. We do love the feedback. Or send us an email. There's a link to our Live for Travel email address always in the description below the videos. I wanted to end by saying a little bit about AWS. AWS is basically the approved workshop scheme. Now, on the side of our roller team van and on the side of many vehicles, you'll see something called NCC approved. Well, that is actually to do with the construction of the vehicle. It's not to do with looking after the vehicle after it's been built. There is always, or should I say, there is sometimes some confusion on that. So what AWS basically means is, if the manufacturer of the vehicle that you own allows an AWS or an approved workshop scheme company to do the habitation checks for you, then it just gives you a broader range of people that you can use. And of course, one of the benefits, as we know, in a thriving marketplace, is that the more competition, the more the prices become competitive. Now, we use, because he covers the area that we have our van in Derbyshire, we use Jamie of JB Caravan Services, I believe. You'll see him in one of these 2 videos, certainly at the time of filming. There'll be more videos in the future because, well, we trust Jamie and he just does a habitation check every year on this van. He happened to be an award-winning one as well for 2022. But anyway, it basically means that you can use someone from the approved workshop scheme rather than relying on the selling dealer or someone that the manufacturer dictates to you. I personally, well, I would much prefer to buy from a vehicle manufacturer that allows you to use somebody else to do the habitation checks. But you pay your money, you take your choice. Thank you very, very much, everyone, for getting to the end of this rather long video. It is an informative video at the end of the day, and there was quite a lot of detail to get through. As we've said at least twice in this video, there are links, whether you use an Apple, Windows or Google computer, to download the spreadsheet that we've used today. So I would certainly encourage you to do that. There's no cost to download it. It's yours to keep. We hope that there are no errors and omissions that have crept into it, but as we always say to people, if there are, please accept that that can happen, because I'm human. We do genuinely try our very best. We spend many hours. We spend many hours. It's because I'm from Birmingham and I'm tired. It's been a long day. We spend many hours researching this, and we try our very best to eliminate any errors that creep in. But if any errors or omissions have crept in, please let me know in the comments below. It helps me out, and it helps the viewers out that read the comments, of course. If you did find the video informative, please consider hitting that thumbs up button, because that will tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should watch it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Currently, like with most YouTube channels, there's roughly 20% of our viewers are subscribed to the channel. It is completely free to subscribe, as we said earlier on in the video, but it really does show your support. It really does help build the channel, and we are sincerely grateful for it. See you soon.